Given my obsession with caravans, I think it's only fair that I do a video about caravans. So I'm dead excited to show you this one. This is basically sort of how to survive in a caravan. Roll the titles. Site, there are thousands of different types of caravan that you can get there. The chalets, so ignore them. But there's loads of different types. But these days, they all seem to have some things in common. One of the first things that you'll do on your holiday is to go in to your caravan and unpack. And that's fine. That's a great thing to do. But one of the things that you need to look at is how to get out. Most caravans these days have quite big windows and only one door. Now, back in the 90s and before then, caravans often used to have two doors. And the reason that they had two doors is because that way you have two means of escape. So if there was a fire, you can get out either end of the caravan. These days, there's only one door on modern caravans, on basically every type. But what they have included is means of escape windows. So these windows that you see at the front, they don't open. These are not means of escape. This one is, and how you can tell is that it opens fully like that. So if there was a fire, you can get out through this one. This one doesn't open. That's a door that obviously opens. These are our toilet, well, this is the shower room, and that's the little ensuite. Both of these windows open fully and are means of escape. Going around the back, obviously no escape there. And on this side you have means of escape here, but where this is, all the gas pipe and everything, means that although that window is technically a means of escape, it shouldn't be used because you're just going to jump onto the gas pipe. This one also isn't, because this is as far as it opens, and it's got the kitchen inside. And again, this one doesn't open, so it's not a means of escape. There you go, Swift. Now, that's sort of how to escape, but the caravan models are all different. So one of the first things that you should do in a caravan is to see how you get out. Have a little practice if you have to. I know it sounds stupid, but it can save lives. Hi, Bradley. Caravans often have the name wobble box because they do move. And at sites like this, I mean, you can check if you wanted to just by having a look underneath, but these are actually anchored on the ground. Now where we are, there's a caravan slot next to us. So this is where a caravan would go. And if you have a little look there, and there, and I think there's one up at the back there by that drainage pipe, those are anchors. And that means you're anchored to the ground. There are often things like stilts or legs underneath the caravan that will also help not only to support the frame and help reduce the wobbling a little bit, but it also just provides extra support. So it does mean that if you are in a caravan on a very windy night, you're probably going to feel a little bit of swaying, but it's not going to be too bad. but don't panic. These things are meant to last. Only a couple of weeks ago, Scotland was subjected to some of the harshest winds that we've had in years. These caravans are fine, and they're right at the seafront, and there's nothing around that would block the wind. So, yeah, they're safe. Annoyingly, in the Haven caravans these days, they don't give you any instructions on basically anything. Now, okay, you come from a home, so you're going to know how to cook, you're going to know how to open the door, but you don't know how to work the heating. In this caravan, we're quite lucky that instructions have been provided just around the central heating box. But not all boxes have them. And in the caravan that we had a couple of years ago, that sign was actually torn off by someone. So there was no instructions, it was just a guessing game. If you are unsure, contact the reception or the team where you are, and they'll be sure to have all of the manuals that come with these caravans. And believe me, there is a lot. The next bit about safety as well comes down to the fireplace. In this one, it's an electric fire. But in other caravans that even I've stayed in, it's been gas. Same thing with the cooker, it's all gas. And we all know what can happen with gas. It can go really, really wrong. If you are ever unsure, have I left the gas on? Just make sure that you check everything before you go out. In fact, quite handily in this one, on the electrical side of things, there is actually a master switch here where you can turn off all the electrics in the caravan when you're leaving, and it's just as easy to turn them all back on when you come in. The final bit of advice is when it comes to fire and fire safety, with caravans, just remember that basically you're living inside a plastic shell in basic terms. There is a lot more that goes into them, but whatever. These things are renowned for going up quickly in a fire. If you smell a fire, if you see smoke, and, well, no one's cooking breakfast, or I'm not cooking breakfast because I do tend to burn things, leave. Just get out the caravan and move away from it. There is a couple of videos on YouTube of other Haven sites where they've had caravan fires. And even though the caravans are spaced, I think it's at least 12 feet apart, the fire will jump because it's the heat. The heat transfers to the next caravan, that starts to melt. The melting bit eventually starts to catch fire, and it can go out of control quite quickly actually. So move yourself away. If you have neighbours in the caravans on either side, just give them a quick knock and just say, I think it's best that you evacuate too. There are, although not by me, there are little fire points around on different sites, and it's got usually a bell with a handle on, and you have to turn the handle, and it sends the fire alarm off, and when you hear that, get out of your caravan because you're at risk. Down here, I don't know why they haven't actually got them here, but, oh actually no, hang on, tell a lie, I think that might be one over there, that little red box. I think that might be the firebox. That also has fire extinguishers and stuff like that, but don't bother, because like I said, once one of these starts to go up, it's already too late. You are not going to be fighting this by yourself, and the fire brigade are needed with their professional equipment. All of these fire extinguishers, I mean, they're great if your little pan catches fire or something like that, but when the caravan starts to go up, it's game over. I do love staying in caravans. There's just something about them. I don't know if it's because I was raised in them on holidays as a kid or what, but I just love them. And the thing is, you can have amazing holidays in a caravan, an old one or a new one. They all have something unique to offer, and actually like us, this has kind of just been a base for us to be on holiday. For us to come in, sleep, get up and go out. And that's basically it. So if you find yourself on a caravan holiday, make the most of it and enjoy it. But just remember the little tips that I gave you.